Okay, so we've just finished going over simple interest and the formulas and solving problems. And we're now getting ready to move into studying compound interest. Before we do that, I want to kind of review simple interest and give you the idea, the foundation of how compound interest works, and make a quick comparison. And then in another video, we'll look at compound interest formulas and some compound interest problems. Okay? So we're going to start with a review of simple interest, and we're going to look at this scenario. You invest $100 into an account earning simple interest at a rate of 1% per month for 10 months. How much will the account be worth after the 10 months? So basically, how big has it grown to? What is the value? How much money will you be getting back after 10 months? So you will get your principal back plus the interest it earned. And notice it says it's earning 1% per month. So the interest earned is 1% every month. Okay? Well, with simple interest, the interest earned each month is going to be 1% of your investment. And since we're investing $100, 1% of $100 is $1. Now with simple interest, that interest does not go back into the account. It does not get reinvested. Basically, it sits off to the side and gets mailed off to the owner of the account. And typically speaking, it is set off to the side until the amount of interest reaches a certain level or until so much time has passed, and then they cut an interest check. But the principal never changes. The amount of money in the actual account earning simple interest never changes. The interest is just put off to the side and kept in a safe place or sent to the owner of the account. So, that's what I just said. Okay, the interest is sent to the owner and it's not reinvested in the account, meaning the principal of the account never does change. So every month you're going to earn 1% of $100. That's how simple interest works. So every month you're going to earn $1 in interest. So over a 10-month time, you will have earned $10 in interest. $1 for each month. So that makes the total value of the account after the 10-month period $110. Okay. So that is simple interest. You notice the account grows by the exact same $1 every month. That's what we call linear, the slope, if you will. The slope is how much interest you're earning, and it's $1 every month. Slope is a nice constant. If you think back to your y equals 4x plus 3, 4 is the slope. It's the same every time. Every time x gets bigger by 1, the y value increases by 4. That's what the slope does, kind of measuring the slant. So now we're going to look at compound interest and just get a foundation for how compound interest works. And we're going to do the same scenario. We're going to have $100 in an account, and it's earning interest at a rate of 1% per month. But now the interest earned is going to be reinvested into the account at the end of each month. And that's what compound interest is. When the interest gets reinvested into the account so that it can earn interest too, that's compound interest. All right? That's what it means for compound interest to occur. So I'm going to create a table because this time our principal is changing every month because the interest is going back into the account. So we're going to have these columns, our month number starting with month 1, the principal or the balance at the beginning of each month, the interest earned for the month, and again it's 1% each month, and then we're going to look at the balance at the end of each month to see how much we have after 10 months time. So month 1, we start with our $100 in there at the beginning. We're going to earn interest on that $100. 1% of $100 is $1. So at the end of the first month, the account balance or the principal is $101. Now when we go into month 2, the balance at the end of month 1 is the principal or the balance at the beginning of month 2. So we start month 2 with $101 in our account. During month 2, we're going to earn 1% of that $101, which is $1.01. That in turn is going to get added to the account at the end of the month. giving us now a balance of $102.01. So when we go into month three starts with a balance of $102.01. So that's our principal. We're going to earn 1% interest on this 102.01. So 1% of that, $1, 2 cents, and a little bit more. So we're going to add this interest earned to our principal, the amount in there at the beginning of the month. So 102.01 plus the interest earned gives us $103.03, a little more than 3 cents. So at the beginning of month 4, our principal is this 103.03. We're going to earn 1% interest on that. So it's this number, $1, a little more than $1.03. We're going to add that $1.03 to the principal at the beginning of month 4. So at the end of month 4, we have $104.06 with some extra stuff hanging around. So that's our new balance at the beginning of month 5, which is the same as our principal. Same number. So during month 5, we're going to earn 1% interest, so 1% of the principal. There we have our 1% of our principal. And we're going to add that to the principal, okay, which is the beginning balance of month 5 plus our interest earned. So when you add these two numbers, here's our principal, our amount in the account at the beginning of month 5. It's the same as what's at the end, or what's in the account at the end of month 4. So we add our interest to that, and we get this amount. So our account after 5 months has $105.10, and then a little bit more. Okay. So at the beginning of month 6, the principal or the account balance is this 105.10, and we're going to earn 1% interest during month 6. So we're going to add this to the balance of the account at the beginning of month 6, and that gives us how much money we have at the end of month 6. $106.15 and a little bit left over. So at the beginning of month 7, we have this balance, or this principal. During month 7, we're going to earn 1% interest on this principal, which is this amount, and we're going to add it to this principal, which is again how much money we had at the end of month 6. So we add that $1.06 and a little bit more, and we see we're up to $107.21. Okay. And some extra left over. And we can continue through the process, and I'll let you look at those numbers and calculate them. But we'll see at the end of month 10, we have $110.46 and some stuff left over, which is actually 46 cents more than simple interest, or than the amount we earned with simple interest. So you can see compound interest is actually going to earn you more than simple interest. We also saw with simple interest, the amount of interest we earned each month was exactly $1. If you'll notice here, the amount of interest we're earning each month changes. It goes from $1 to $1.01, to $1.02, to $1.03, $1.04, $1.05, $1.06, $1.07, $1.08, $1.09. You'll notice the amount of interest you earn each month gets bigger. Why? Because the principal gets bigger each month. Okay? So compound interest, the money starts to grow pretty quick. Now, we just went through 10 months. You can kind of imagine what happens if we went through 10 years. If you went through 10 years, that's 120 months of interest. So with the simple interest, you would have only earned $120. Now, I can't go through 120 months of calculations here, but the good news is we are going to have a formula to help us with this, so we don't have to go through these calculations. Okay? I'll be showing you the formula soon, and if you'll keep this number in mind or reference it, I'll try to remind us of this when we start looking at the formulas and find out how much money we have in an account after 10 months of compound interest, and we should get the same scenario. But the important thing here is compound interest, the amount of interest you earn changes from month to month, and if we're earning money, it's getting bigger and bigger. We're earning more and more interest each month as time goes by. Of course, if we're paying off a loan, the balance gets smaller, so we're earning or being charged less interest each month when you make your payments. Okay, so that's always nice too. So that's how compound interest work and what compound interest means. So you kind of see the difference between compound interest and simple interest. Simple interest is something we call linear because it changes by the exact same amount each month. Compound interest is actually going to be exponential, which is a little harder to explain why, but we'll see that once we see the formulas. The important thing is noting the amount of interest each month changes, and if we're reinvesting that, if we're investing, we earn more and more interest each month, which makes the account grow quicker. We increase by more money each month. So that's our differences. The next video will deal with compound interest formulas and using those formulas to solve for certain variables in the compound interest scenario.